now in the Black Box. Whoa. With Spider Loc, Most Easty, aka BJ Keyway, and the Google Gang. Let's go!
Listen.
Gratitude is the attitude. Show is a blessing. To be back in the Black Box. Black Box.
Relax, roll up as we randomly react to content in these YouTube streets. Yeah. It's time for R&R.
Like little Nip Hustle. Big shout out to my SPI, Spider Loc. You know I'm in the Black Box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
The constant, consistent, continuous content creation campaign continues. We still on the 7 C's. Got something interesting on the menu. He was kidnapped at 2 years old, which led to a life of crime. Dominique, prison stories, one-on-one. With no further ado, let's see what Mr. Dominique has been up to.
Speaking on my siblings is a tough thing, because I got a lot of love for them, but through growing up, we never seen eye to eye. We never, really understood each other. And it was kind of like all the way around. I got 2 brothers, actually 3 brothers, and 2 sisters, 2 stepbrothers, and 1 stepsister, Now,
How many siblings is that? Anybody counting? I lost count.
But they like real brothers,
Are you in the middle? Towards older or younger?
Most definitely. I got an older brother, same mom, same dad, and I got a younger sister, same mom, and a younger brother and another younger sister.
Okay.
Outside of just with my old man.
Okay. So let's go and do it like this. You try to, understand the making of a man. Of course, your life, takes a lot of twists and turns. How would you say was your childhood growing up as far as the family dynamic, what kind of son you were to your parents, what kind of parents, what kind of parents were your folks to you?
Shoot, man, to be honest, me growing up, man, I kind of had my own perspective with the way I seen things and, seeing my old man and seeing my mother growing up, just because I was more back and forth. I had a resentment towards my old man, at a young age, and I never really knew why, until I got older. And actually had kids of my own, it took me almost 20 years to find out why I really didn't like him growing up, but I always showed love. He was never able to see that I didn't like him in a way.
You assume that, but you ain't no telling. Your daddy probably know you better than you think, bro.
But they was definitely around. He was around since I was bad, I was back and forth, you know what I'm saying?
He looked like he was a badass kid, though. Oh, blah, 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 blah.
Sean Carter mama told me, man, that pretty much, shoot, that I wouldn't be nothing if I keep hanging around with the crowd. She was my principal.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, man, middle school. It was crazy.
It's crazy. And remember, I know Sean Conner spoke on his mother, how they used to, hustle just trying to make by. So that's actually very crazy. So I would say, what kind of kid, well, before I ask what kind of kid you were, you said it took you a while to find out why you had resentment towards your father. What was the reason after you found out, 2 decades later?
Oh, man, him not being around, him not being around and pretty much letting me go stay with my mom, man.
Did he ever give you a reason or excuse why he wasn't around?
Well, man, you getting to the nitty gritty, and this this is the whole thing, man, right here when it comes to me actually going to stay with my mom. I wanted to. Like, I made that decision like at a kid because I didn't know that I had a brother, a mom and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Because I was kidnapped at, 2 years old? And I pretty much just stayed with my old man until, I started talking to my older brother and my mom and stuff, So I didn't really know much about even having that side of a family, you know what I'm saying? But when I did find out, I was very, very interested to go meet my mom and my brother, as if I never met them, But I was just too young to pretty much remember them at that time.
Can you speak on being kidnapped at 2 years old, the details around that?
Man, that part there, it's still kind of black and white, man. I can just remember my mom screaming and, get my baby back type stuff. And I'm looking at my brother standing on the sidewalk, but it get glimpsy, you know what I mean? I remember getting in the car, man, and that was it,
Who like, do you know, what was it, a ice cream truck or what?
No, it was my father, man.
Oh, your father kidnapped you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Is it kidnapping though when your father is just wanting you back though?
Man, he actually made the newspaper, man, in Lake Providence, man. Showed me, the piece and everything, But yeah, it's crazy, man. Texas got them type of laws too, so.
Now that you're older and you have children yourself, do you understand why your father or a father would attempt to go outside of the law to take their child back?
Most definitely. But even more, man, I want to elaborate on that decision that I made too, though, man. Like, to actually leave my father, you know what I mean, to go stay with my mom, because that's what had me angry at him for so many years. And it took me 15 plus years, 20 years to figure that out. Because I was always just mad at him, like, dude, you ain't never did nothing for me. I always had that feeling like you were never around, like when I truly needed you, type of thing again.
How old was your father when he had you, do you know? If you were to guess.
I would say 28 or something like that, probably. Somewhere else.
Grown man.
Yeah.
Grown man. If you don't mind elaborating on the decision, what were you contemplating for you to leave and go stay with your mother? Man,
I said 28.
Yeah, well, please, yeah, correct.
Man, my old man probably had to be somewhere in his younger 20s, man, when they had me. If he about, 60 almost.
Yeah.
Man, don't hold me down.
Yeah.
I mean? If he about 60, almost, yeah. About 20 something, about 20, okay. 21, 22.
All right. Can you elaborate on the situation as far as your decision to go stay with your mother? And let me ask you, do you feel that was, hindsight's always 20/20, was that the right decision based on how things turned out?
Man, that's one of the best questions you can ask me, because
probably gonna have to go watch the whole interview to get the whole context of what they talking about, because I'm not really catching on why, what, when. He said his daddy kidnapped him. Then he ran away from him. But was his mama? I don't understand how you can get away with that.
Because I fought with myself for years, man. Even until I got grown, like I know if I had to stay with my old man, like life would have been different. I'm almost an extremist to a certain extent, So if I grew up a certain way without knowing a certain type of lifestyle, I wouldn't have wanted to know the other side, especially if it's good already. So I think I went through this path everything I went through for a reason, actually making that decision, you know, man, I lived every bit of it, you know. When I say every bit of it, man, you know, old lady, you know, mom's side of the family, don't hate me, but, you know, Lake Providence, Louisiana, man, from Milwaukee, you know, and compared to what I was seeing, I was more sheltered with my old man. When I got to Lake Providence, man, it was wide open. Man. Like, you know,
how is Lake Providence for those who've never been?
Opposite for me, more shelter with moms and give with pops. It was wide open on my mama, evil east side, baby.
Been through that part. About how many, what's the population, about what's the racial divide, blacks to whites?
It's a big racial divide. You know, you got the white people on one side, you got black people on the other side of the lake, you know. Of course, they look totally different, you know. You know, the white side gonna look clean and all that and stuff. And on the other side, man, you got one high school, all the schools are connected. High school, middle school. And so I think
all
they
have the same name, or
yeah. I think it's all connected. You know what I mean? So they whole school. You know.
What kind of, can you remember, like, were you living in an apartment or a house, and what can you remember how it was set up? How many rooms it had?
Man, we was in the projects in Lake Providence. You know, I got into my first fight. You know, shortly after getting there, you know, I had a bike. You know, I had just got it bought for me. You know, mind you, I didn't know how to fight. You know, I was messed up, man, coming from Milwaukee. You know, I was, you know what I mean, up there selling cookies to buy other kids stuff, and I get down here and these mugs willing to take stuff from you. So it's like, it's a whole different environment. So I'm really messed up, you know what I mean? So, but I got my bike took, man, got beat up over. I fought for it though. I fought every bit for it. You know, went to the house, told my old lady, you know what I'm saying, that honestly somebody took my bike. And that was some of the worst feelings, man. I started, after me getting older, I realized, man, I started doing things that was gonna bring me down as a man and as a young man by making certain decisions at that age. I wouldn't have understood them then, but I realized, man, as I got older that, you know, I'm making bonehead decisions, but I don't really care, you know what I mean? But speaking for that incident though, after getting into that fight, man, my mom was like, man, you don't let nobody take nothing from you. You know what I'm saying? You got to pick up something, whatever. You don't let nobody put their hands on you. And that stuck with me, you know what I'm saying? After that fight, you know, I ain't had to really be told to fight, you know what I mean? Much, but mind you, I ain't know how to really, I think that was my first fight I ever shoot.
Sometimes when you fight and you feel like it's easy to get through it, yeah, that definitely starts a whole nother persona.
Oh yeah, yeah. 97 ways we gon' live it. You can tell me shit about my crippin'. I've been a Loc on my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag. 97 ways we gon' live it. Big Mac in the building. 97 ways we gon' live it. We gon' live it. 97 ways we gon' live it. You can tell me shit about my crippin'. I've been a Loc on my living. Now it's time to chase me up back.
100,000 feel like something when you're thumbing through it. Done it when some would say one would be dumb to do it. Running circles round rappers on their last lap. PayPal perhaps. Ass cap to cash app. Ass app is how I expect the next direct deposit. Positivity love phone posit. Check the closet. To say we touching paper is an understatement. Underground label running late. Tell them run the payment. Executive decisions. Check the balance. Time to monetize the talents. I accept the challenge. Memory a crazy tune. 111 names. Local for my days. 97 ways.
97 ways we gon' live it. You can tell me shit about my crippin'. I've been a Loc on my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag. 97 ways we gon' live it. Big Mac in the building. 97 ways we gon' live it. We gon' live it. 97 ways we gon' live it. You can tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loc on my living. Now it's time to chase me up there.
Unable to fake it, fuck how they take it. Heard about the meeting, I was able to make it. Just sick of watching Sherm heads squabble each other while the judge steady handing out lottery numbers. It go down year round, ain't gotta be summer. Life's a bitch and niggas never get apologies from her. Dumber, big and little homies frequently locking. Don't see no other options, that's the reason they flocking. SPI ain't the nigga, how you figure fat? Gift the gab, every gig get a bigger bag. Either name your price or it's appropriation. Finesse game, nigga, nice with negotiations.
97 ways we gon' live it. You can tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loc on my living. Now it's time to chase me up there. 97 ways we gon' live it. Big Mac in the building. 97 ways we gon' live it.
Nigga Net Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Loc. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
It's the homie cook-up boss, goddammit, Cub Loc. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake Show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Loc.
Here with SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch!
My nigga is Spider Loc. Spider Loc, nigga.
Spider Loc.
It's Spider Loc.
Spider Loc.
Spider Loc.
Spider Loc.
So Spider looks at me because we go back to the juvenile side of the county.
What the fuck?
My nigga.
Spider Loc. Spider Loc.
Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
Spider Loc, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loc is in LA somewhere doing what he's doing.
In the words of Spider Loc on my mama's mama.
Spider Loc's gear. This is Bay Mac.
Neighborhood, C-Mac. Shout out my Loc, Spider Loc, huh? Neighborhood, on hood. It's a beautiful world. You fight me? Fight, cred.
Point blank, through no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be, yeah.
You are now in the black box. Whoa. With Spider Loc, Most Easty, aka BJ Keyway, and the Google Gang.
Let's go!